I hereby call the Brockton School Committee public hearing to order. This is relative to FY 2026 school budget. It is Thursday, May 29, 2025. It is a little after 7 p.m. We are at the George M. Romm Little Theater here at Brockton High School, 470 Forest Ave, Brockton, Mass. 02301. I do want everybody to know that this is in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 71, Section 38N. This meeting will be held and will be accessible to the public via Comcast Channel 8 and also the 1071 HD version, and online via the following link, which is www.youtube.com/TheBrocktonChannels. At this time, I would ask that we please stand and salute the American flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I do need to establish a quorum, and I will call the roll at this time. Mrs. Sullivan?
Here.
The record should reflect that Mr. Gomes is absent for this. Mr. Vega?
Here.
Ms. Oliver?
Here.
Mr. Vice Chairman?
Here.
The record must reflect that Ms. Azak is absent for this. Mr. Sullivan?
Here.
I'm here as well, and of course, Dr. T. Heliani is here as Secretary Clerk of the School Committee. Hearing of visitors, agenda number 2. Mrs. Campbell, there are no signed-in hearing of visitors. Number 3, then we will go on to discussion and comments. Are there any discussion or comments of the membership relative to FY 2026 school budget? Mr. Sullivan, please.
I would just like to thank Dr. Tehiliani and her team for this budget preparation. I can't believe that after what we had such a deficit, that we've come back and we're not even cutting any positions. And there's a lot of public schools that have to cut positions this year. They don't have any choice. They've got to cut in certain places, and then it's not good for public education. But I just want to thank her and her team for preparing this and giving us this budget book. And thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan. Any other comments at this time? As Chair, I'm sorry, Mr. Sullivan.
I just want to echo Mr. Sullivan. I told you last time that this budget book is the best I've ever seen. I've been here for a long time. Over the years, you outdid everybody. It looks like we're going to have a good year. I hear all the background of teachers getting laid off at other schools, and we're at 100%, and we're looking to hire more. So if those teachers that get laid off, come on down.
Agreed.
Thank you.
I just wanted to thank you and your team for putting together a great budget for this year. Thank you.
I actually, as Chair, I want to thank both Dr. Tehiliani and Vice Chairman Rodriguez. All of you know that we meet on a regular basis, but I mean regular. I also have to give a shout out to Trish Boyer, Kim Tsai on the school side. On the city side, I have to give Megan Bridges, City Solicitor, Troy Clarkson, CFO, Irene Giannopoulos, the auditor. At the end of the day, and Tony and I have been on this for a long time, when the deficit came to light, our state partners wanted to work with us on a regular basis. So we have to thank, again, Lieutenant Governor. We have to thank A&F Secretary Gorkowitz, our folks at DESE, our folks at DOR. So I am really pleased that we have a balanced budget, a budget that does not lay off any personnel. And that was a lot of efforts by this committee and a lot of folks that work for the city and schools. So thank you, and thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman. Any other new comments at this time? Jorge, Mr. Vega, please.
I just want to tell a brief story. So the mayor, Ms. Oliver, and the vice chair will remember this. In our the first time I met Dr. Tehiliani was as part of the hiring committee. And in that session, she demonstrated just a mastery of all the topics and questions that came up. But at the very end of that interview, she did a little bit of a magic trick. And she said, "Oh, I've got one more thing that I want to show you guys."
She did, yeah.
And she reached into her bag and pulled out something not too dissimilar from this. And the reason why I bring that up is because Dr. Tehiliani brings a lot of skills to the table, but she knew that what we needed most was her fiscal acumen. And she put it on display in that interview, and she delivered it in this budget that we received. And the thing that struck me the most is that the first thing she said when she showed us the work from previous districts is that this is a product of my team, is what she said. She didn't say, I did this. She said, this is a product of my team. And once again, she's brought a team together and delivered on that promise. Right? Thank you so much.
Any other comments at this time? Follow-up, Mr. Sullivan?
I just have a question. Mayor, I wanted to ask you this question.
Yes.
So last budget, everybody was involved with the state and the mayor on the budget, and the state came to a figure, and the mayor agreed. That was the figure for the last budget. What, did that same thing happen this?
I would say it was even better this time.
Okay.
And why that is the DESI folks don't just meet with Tony, myself, and Priya with the big team. They meet individually as well on a regular basis. And so the numbers have been, and I have to thank TJ Plant, OA Architects, of course. The numbers have been worked on since pretty much when Priya came on. So the numbers are collaborative, cooperative, historic on the net. It's a $25 million increase. That's the largest increase in the history of Brockton Public Schools. 17 million on non-net, which is an uptick of 6 from last year. But I do think next year, and I won't be the mayor next year, but I'll be a taxpayer and I'll be watching. I do think next year you're even going to see more magic, and I mean that in a respectful way because of the audit for transportation. What Tony and Priya and the team are collaborating on, what we're thinking about doing. Ken Thompson is someone that we want to give a thank you to. But to answer your question, yes, the numbers have been worked on collaboratively.
Great. So, Mayor, I'd like to thank you and anyone else who was involved in that, because that's a couple of years of work that you've been on that. And it makes us feel better that that many people are involved with all their minds in there giving input, because we're not in those meetings. So I would like to give a thank you to Mr. Plant, because Mr. Rodriguez had a training for us. And Mr. Plant was there, and he really kind of showed us what comes from the state, what the city gives and how the city gives that figure, how they come to determine that figure, the city. And I never had it explained to me like that before, and I've been on here 12 years. It was just a clear explanation of how that money comes down to us. We don't decide on the figure, the state and the mayor does, but we decide how to spend it as we work with the superintendent on how to spend it. And that part I never really was clear to me either. So I thank you and everybody that worked on that.
Thank you, Ms. Sullivan. I think one thing that was really important, at the onset, I designated Troy as the CFO to work, and Priya designated TJ. TJ had the exact same job, CFO in Springfield, so the money men could talk, and then they'd report back to us on a regular basis. And it wasn't always easy, but, you know, at the end of the day, the goal is to make sure that the money is there for the students and the staff and quality education, best education in the Commonwealth. But we'll continue to work with the state delegation partners. We want more money. We're entitled to more money, in my opinion, and I think we all share that view. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Sullivan, follow-up, please.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Tagliani. Not for me, but for the people at home, for the people here. Do you have the figures of what the budget is, and the net and the non-net for next year?
Yes, so it is 251 million for the net and 17 for the non-net.
Is that a large increase over last year?
That is. Our Chapter 70 did increase from last year. I believe last year we were at 226 and now we're at 251. And I actually have that slide in one of our old, in the May 13th presentation. So when I do tonight's presentation, I can scroll forward to it just to give us a reminder.
Okay.
Yeah, because there has been a percentage increase in all areas.
Great job, thank you.
Any other questions or comments at this time? Seeing none, that would conclude Agenda 3. Agenda 4 is adjournment. Can we have a motion to adjourn? Just for this relative, and we're coming back.
Motion. Second.
Motion was made by Mr. Sullivan, property second by Mr. Vega. I'll call the roll. Mr. Sullivan? Yes. Mr. Vega?
Yes.
Ms. Oliver?
Yes.
Vice Chairman?
Yes.
Mr. Sullivan?
Yes.
I'm a yes as well. We're adjourned. That does conclude and meet the standards of Mass General Law, Chapter 71, Section 38, for the school budget for FY 2026 public hearing. We will be back in just 2 minutes.